Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my mid-month check-in, like financial budget check-in. If you guys remember, I am doing a new spreadsheet this year that I'm testing out. So this is going to be the first like true video where I'm going to kind of see if I like this spreadsheet or not. Because if you remember, I wasn't a super big fan of it when I was setting it up. So curious kind of what my thoughts are going to be at this point. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to update all of my like bills, expenses, and everything, like all my transactions that have come out up to this point, because like I usually do a split screen, so I'll pull up my bank account and then just go one by one. So obviously, since it has my bank account, I'm not going to show you guys that, but I am going to do that and I'm going to mess around with it. So I'll do that off camera and then I will kind of check back in and we'll go from there. But if you guys are interested, then just keep watching. All right, hopefully you guys can see this okay. But what I did was I went ahead and like I said, I updated all of my transactions down here. So you have like this transactions tracker. And so you put like income, expenses, bills, you put all of it in one. And then where you do the budget name, you can actually click down. And so it includes all of your bills, your expense categories, your debt categories, anything that you fill up like over here or over here, and as well as expenses and then debt. And then I think you can also do savings as well. And then it'll automatically populate this category. This account thing, for the most part, all of this comes out of like our regular checking account. So I don't really think I'm going to be using that too much. And then over here you have the description, so you can like put, like this was miscellaneous because we had our Amazon Prime bill come out that I totally forgot about. So that stuff all goes there. The one thing I did notice is I think I wish that the description was closer over here. Like I don't use this account, so I'm honestly wondering if I can play around with this and see if I can kind of switch these categories here so the description is closer, so I'm not just constantly having to scroll, but we'll see. So if you can see here, I went ahead and did everything through the 15th. So we'll start up here, and if I'm scrolling too fast, I'm really sorry about that. We're still trying to kind of play with all of this. So you can see I planned for my first paycheck to be $2,080, and it was pretty much right on that. And then Jacob's was the same thing, just with the holidays. He didn't get any overtime, so he got like his flat paycheck, which is totally fine. That's what we expected. And then we'll go over to bills next. So I have all of our bills listed out here. I put the due date and then if they came out. So for example, mortgage came out. My credit card was a little bit higher than what I expected it to be. And I think that was just like one random like gas station thing. I think like right around Christmas we stopped at the gas station and I think I got a drink or something. I can't remember, but not that big of a deal. And then the next one was Jacob, same thing. He had a Christmas present for me on there, so we just went ahead and paid that off that I didn't know was on there, so I didn't budget for it. Electricity was normal, same with phone, internet was the same. And then what I do like is like over here it has the difference, so I can tell like, you know, these were pretty spot on, these were exact, and then this is the difference that I had. And that's just helpful when you're going about doing this, and like if you realize you're higher in, I don't know, because it's the same thing for expenses. So say you've spent more already on expenses, you know you're going to need to lower your spending in another category, and this just helps kind of show you by how much, which I do like. The roof, we won't pay that until the end of the month, and if you remember, this was supposed to be $915 and now it's $800, and I will explain that in a few minutes. And then at the time I'm filming this, these two have not come out yet. They come out on the 15th. I'm filming this the 15th, but they just haven't pulled out yet, so that's fine. And then this is kind of where we're at down here. So, I mean, roughly all of the bills are relatively the same, and honestly, feeling pretty good there. And then you can see up here where it breaks out your budget. So This over here I can tell is like all of the different titles, and the reason they're not breaking out is because I haven't really spent much. So you can tell 70% of our money has gone to bills so far this month, which is crazy. But also, if you look at it, majority of our bills do come out at the first of the month. So I'm curious to see what this is going to look like at the end of the month. And I'll probably definitely do like a end of the month closeout budget video, because I think that'll be interesting since we are doing this new spreadsheet to kind of like go through the whole process and see what it looks like. And then up here you have like the cash flow summary. You could see like we've already overspent technically how much we've made this month, which I don't love. Definitely still trying to get used to like this bi-weekly or every 2 weeks, is that bi-weekly? Yeah, system that we get with Jacob, because we've been so used to him getting paid every week. And I mean, I have a buffer in our account for this exact reason, but I feel like technically you shouldn't be spending more than what you have, just in case, if that makes sense. So I need to probably sit down and like really think this through and see if there's something we can do to kind of mitigate that, because I don't love seeing like that this is what $1,000 higher than this. Like that's a little bit So anyways, that's just a little side thing. So then expenses, groceries, we're doing pretty good. Eating out, we are already at our limit for the month. So this is because his parents invited us to a Mexican restaurant dinner, and then we obviously had to pay for our own, which is fine, but I think I've talked about this before. Mexican food here is so expensive. So that was like I think that ended up being like $70 or something. And then we got coffee on the way to my sister's baby shower. And so anyways, it just added up really quick this month. And then we're doing good on gifts, and I actually don't even think that I have anything else I need to buy this month gift-wise, which is nice. So hopefully I can take this $27 and like either put it somewhere else or throw it into Debt Snowball. And then alcohol, we haven't purchased anything yet. Toiletries, nothing. I've spent about $40. Jacob's got his cash that he gets at the beginning of the month, so that's always there. No medicals come up. The pets are kind of right around track. I've spent about half of the gas, which is about right since it's halfway through the month. Oopsies. The Suburban is doing pretty good because we haven't been using that really at all. Same with diesel. Tolls, nothing. House, we had to buy septic tablets, which I wasn't expecting, and I didn't realize that they were so expensive. I feel like the last time we bought them, they were not that much. So I don't know if we bought like the wrong ones, but we went to Home Depot and they were like $80, and then I ordered them on Amazon for cheaper. But that's what that is. So that's why I always try to budget $50 for the house, sometimes more, just for the stuff like this that comes up. Repairs, we had to buy something for our Suburban, I think antifreeze, since it's been freezing, just to kind of help it out. And then miscellaneous, this is for Amazon Prime. Like I said, I didn't realize our subscription came out at the new year, so that came out. I didn't budget for that, which is a little bit boo. And then the same thing over here, I'll kind of give a little bit more information on that. I think theoretically this maybe should go over here to subscription, since that is a subscription, as well as this Spotify. Well, not anyways. Okay, so this Spotify thing is Jacob is on a plan with his family, and I don't exactly know how that all has been going on since before we were even dating, that they've all shared a plan. But I guess his mom decided that she wanted us to pay our part, which is fine. So it's like $2.80 a month, I think, is his piece. And then she wanted us to pay back a year of it or something. So that's what this $38 for is, like a back year of Spotify, or maybe it's a year and a half. I don't really know where she came up with this number. So we're having to pay that this month, as well as his phone. So I guess she had like a work discount on her like AT&T plan, and then it got taken away, and she didn't know, and obviously we don't know because we don't get to see the bill since it was on his mom's plan. And it was a difference of, I think, like $11 or something, and so she's having us pay back that from when Jacob got this new phone from March. So those two bills were very unexpected, and we definitely didn't account for them because she just told us about this on Monday, which that is what it is. So I had to add that in here, and that is an extra $150, which I couldn't pull out from our expenses anywhere. I think I decreased a couple, but I couldn't come up with it. So that is why the roof payment is lower, because that's the only way I could pull from it. So that is what it is. And I definitely didn't want to pull out a savings for that. That just seems silly. So that's just what we decided to do. I don't know, maybe we should set up a sinking fund for like situations like this going forward. That might be a good idea, maybe, to do that. So I actually think that is where we're gonna go. So that's a good idea. I need to make a note to do that and plan that out. So that's where we're at here. And then we obviously haven't done anything. Oh, I did pay an extra $65 on my credit card, and then I haven't put any money into savings yet because I typically do that at the end of the month, which probably isn't the best way because you spend it on other areas. That makes sense. Like if you just put it straight into savings, then it's gone and you can't spend it. So maybe that's another practice I should try and do. I don't know. But anyways, that's kind of where we're at here. I'm feeling pretty good besides these 3 hiccups. Besides that, it's pretty good. And oh, the other thing is I broke out my phone versus Jacob's phone because with this, she realized that we weren't paying enough or something. I don't really know. So our new bill is like $56. And can somebody please tell me why it is $125 at AT&T for just my phone bill? I mean, granted, I have unlimited, and then I have like a payment on because I got the new phone because mine was broken. So I know that's part of it, but phones are so expensive. I was talking to my family about it over the weekend, and my uncle uses Vivint, I think, and it's like $35 a month, and they use like the Verizon cell towers. So I might look into that possibly because that's significantly cheaper. If anybody has any ideas on how I can lower that, please let me know, because I think that is absolutely insane for one person. Like, it's honestly kind of disgusting, but can't do anything about that yet. So that's on my list to kind of figure that out as well. So that's where we're at here. And then here's this like financial summary. So goes through income, bills, and expenses and savings. Obviously, like we've talked about, this isn't like the best, but we're focused on paying on debt, not saving right now. So that is what it is. And then I didn't really mess with this like distribution category of need versus wants, really. I don't really think that's that important for us. So that's kind of just there. And then over here, you have your average daily income and spending, and these numbers aren't super accurate currently because, like I was telling you earlier, all of our bills come out for the most part at the beginning of the month. So curious to see what all of this will look like at the end. And then down here there's like the account thing. So I guess like these are just some of our accounts that we use, but for the most part I put all of it in here. I don't really think I'll use that piece going forward, so we'll see. And then I guess we already did the debt. We already talked about savings. Oh, and then this I thought was really cool. So it totally breaks out where everything is. So we can see that my mortgage is just the big thing, which, yes, I know. And then it's groceries. And this, I'm really curious to see what this is going to look like at the end of the month. I think this will be really helpful for us. And I'm going to show it to Jacob so we can make sure we're on the same page with where all of our money is going. I really think I like this. And then this just kind of breaks it out as a percentage. So overall, I think once I've started to get the hang of this, I'm liking it more than I did originally. I think there's a lot of different ways you can look at your money versus, how would I phrase it? I think there's a lot of different ways you can look at it on this spreadsheet versus the last one, which I think is really helpful and really important. But that's kind of how we're looking at mid-month. So I think that Jacob and I have decided like the rest of this month, we're just going to really try and cut back on spending in any way we can and just kind of be really cautious going forward, which we should be doing all the time, but it's nice to have just a little bit of a reminder. And I think like these unexpected bills hitting us will help kind of like enforce that, which is good. But yeah, I think that is kind of where we're at now. So that is kind of my mid-month budget check-in video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.